Attorneys and Kids Together was conceived in 1999 when the Erie County Bar Association decided it was time to create its own singular community service project. After reading in the newspaper, we learned that there was 350 homeless kids at any one time during the school year attending school throughout Erie County. And these kids would carry their books and personal effects to school with them in big black plastic bags and things like that. So we felt this was a niche that we could fill. No other community service organization was involved in rendering care and services in regards to this homeless kid population. Since 2000, when we actually started implementing services and programs, we've provided over 780 backpacks to the homeless kids in Erie County, over 680 school uniforms. We provided more than 550 winter coats, distributed more than 5,000 books at these homeless shelters throughout Erie County. And by way of our senior fund, we've distributed over $20,000 to 105 eligible juniors and seniors. And we've graduated 182 homeless kids from our mentoring program, Kid Connection. And over the past 12 years, we've raised over $180,000 and distributed all that money to the homeless kids of Erie County through AKT. And this money has come solely from the efforts and the pocketbooks of our members of the Erie County Bar Association. And 100% of these monies have gone directly to advancing the cause of Attorneys and Kids Together.
The Senior Fund is really an outgrowth of the original AKT program. We heard from the people at the school district that these students, in addition to a lot of other needs, often at the end of their high school experience did not have the opportunity to participate in a lot of the activities that other students did. They didn't have the opportunity to go to the prom because they couldn't afford the cost of the ticket or the clothing. And so a decision was made to expand the program to include Senior Fund items. It's been really gratifying to meet the students years after sometimes. We've reviewed their requests and to hear from them what that experience has meant to them. The opportunity to go to New York City or Washington or Toronto with the rest of the class, to be able to go to the prom and to have a new dress and to rent a tuxedo and to have a class ring and senior pictures and all of that. All those things that were so important many, many years ago, they now have the opportunity to enjoy through the Senior Fund project. The school district has arranged luncheons for the AKT committee during the school year, and we'll often get a chance to meet people who have been helped by the program. And they're incredible stories. I mean, they're incredible stories just to read the application and understand how it is these students became homeless and the difficulties that they've experienced in their own personal lives are eye-opening. The number of homeless kids in the Erie school system is staggering. It was a shock to me when we first became involved in this project because I had no idea that that's how many people were really talking about needing this help.
Students who suddenly find themselves in a homeless situation need appropriate clothing for school. Since many schools in Erie have dress code requirements, the AKT program helps supply students with new uniforms that meet those requirements. Included with the new uniform would be a polo shirt, dress pants, and shoes. For the 2011-2012 school year, AKT provided more than 100 children with a new school uniform and over 80 pairs of new shoes.
The best part about the new school year for kids is getting new backpacks, and there's a lot of kids that don't have that luxury. AKT provides backpacks for students that are in homeless situations and either do not have a backpack or need a new one for the school year. Each backpack is filled with school supplies courtesy of Feed the Children's education program. Last year, AKT provided 90 students with backpacks for the school year.
Kid Connection is one of the many facets of the AKT program. Basically, it's a short-term mentoring program in which a certain attorney is matched up with a child in a homeless situation.
AKT program is a program I've been involved in since 2007. It's a great program. It pairs an attorney up with a child, and it's not just the attorney that gets to know the child, but it's also the attorney's family as well. In my case, specifically for the last 6 years, my family's gotten to know a lot of the kids that have been involved in the program, and I like that. I like it because not only am I mentoring them, but they're also making friends with not only me, but someone their age as well.
We like to put the children in a mentoring situation and give them some good examples and to take them different places and have them experience different things. For example, we usually have 5 or 6 trips in the Erie area. A lot of times we've been to Claytopia where the children get to build things. We've taken them to Chuck E. Cheese where they have a lot of fun.
It's a great program because it does have educational value to it. We do a lot of things like going to Asbury Woods and Claytopia. You learn to use your hands, you learn a lot of things like that. But we also have a lot of fun. It's a program that I absolutely encourage people to take part in. All kinds of relationships form. I still stay in contact with a couple kids that have been involved in the program before. So I just encourage, a lot of the children to get involved. It's not only the mentoring relationship that they remember, but they all, as I stated, they also remember the friendships as well.
Well, I think it's beneficial for the children to go to these nature events and to the Claytopia events because they get to do things, they get to work with their hands, they get to learn about nature. At the same time, I think as mentors, as any mentor would do, you look for the teachable moments. When the children have questions or they want to learn something, we're there to help them along.
A lot of these children come, they're going through shelters, they come from broken homes. A lot of them, their parents are incarcerated or they aren't around. So I think it does give them the role model from the mentor, but it kind of reinforces rules of authority, things of that nature. I think that, I think my children specifically, they've learned that, kids come from all kinds of different backgrounds. Sometimes there's a father, sometimes there's a mother, sometimes there's neither. It just depends, it all depends on the facts and circumstances. And they've come to understand that. And I can tell you that once they finally meet the kid, they don't even think about that at all. The Kid Connection program is good because it teaches these kids to respect each other just for being kids.
AKT began a winter coat program to provide winter coats for local kids that were in shelters. In 2011, we expanded the program to include the county school districts that had displaced students so we could provide them with winter coats as well. Throughout the entire school year of 2011 and 2012, 120 winter coats were distributed to those children who needed them.
We really encourage reading with our children. We do that in after-school tutoring. We have little sessions during our groups where we read to the children, and we encourage the moms also to read to the children.
Shelter representatives visit the Bar Association periodically to pick up 2 books for children that are staying in shelters. The best thing about the books is that the children get to keep the books and they don't have to be returned. The books are supplied in part by grants obtained from a local organization called Books for Kids and a national program called First Books. The book project also receives a large donation of books from a local program called Hooked on Books. AKT provides quiet, functional areas for students to study. This includes providing new computers, printers, software, desks, and books.